Hello and welcome to Tripple A Tutorial. In today's lesson, we are going to learn about a new set of tools, okay, which are the transparency tool, shape tool, drop shadow, and freehand tool. Okay, the transparency tool actually it's used to transparent a picture into a background, or maybe transparent to background to make it one. Okay, so without much, let's begin. So when you go on the toolbox, the transparency tool, let's apply it on this image. So let's click, you click on it, then you drag. Okay, so when you are okay with it, then you leave it. You realize that the rest of our background is being transparent into the main background. Okay, all right, so the picture background is being transparent. Okay, so you see, we can see all here white. All right, now the second one is the drop shadow. We want to apply a drop shadow to this image here. Okay, this picture doesn't have any background. We crop the background, so the drop shadow tool is just above the transparency tool. So when you click on it, then you come here, you go to the preset. Okay, for me I'll use small or medium or like any of them, so I'll go for small. So you leave the transparency option here at 100%. Then we reduce the feathers. Okay, you can reduce it to 5, maybe based on how you want it to be. All right, so then you can change the color to black or to any color at all of your choice. I have tried two here, one for the transparency and one for the drop shadow. All right, so now let's move on to the shape tool. Actually, the shape tool actually is used to, draw so many things. Okay, angles and whatever it is. So for example, let's go by the freehand tool. The freehand tool normally is used to draw lines and stuff. So when you click and you drag, when you hold on control, you can get a very straight line. When you click and you drag, okay, you always have a very straight line when you hold on control. Right, you can use the freehand tool actually to draw a zigzag. For that one, you don't just click and click. No, when you click, if you want to continue the same line, you just double click and you see that it's still selected. So that zigzag line will be one for you. Okay, so let's say if you want to end it, okay, or you want to close it, you can do that by, so the moment you close it, then it becomes an object whereby you can fill in with a color. Okay, so let's say choose yellow or green. Right, so that's the work of the freehand tool. Okay, the shape tool actually does a lot. Okay, for example, I want us to start with the text. So let's write Triple A. Alright, so I'll go for my usual font I normally use. Okay, so now if I want to use the shape tool to manipulate this text, okay, and change the look of it. Okay, so first I just have to convert the text to curve. So first I'll convert to curves, so it means that I can't use the text editor again. Okay, so here I can come in for my shape tool and I can shape the font. Maybe I want okay, you see, so you can change it. So that's why we use it to manipulate. All right, so maybe let's say here we want the P to have a very to have a long tail. Okay, so that's the work of the shape tool. So this is how it manipulates text. Alright, so actually the shape tool does a lot. Okay, now let's, for example, we use the same tool also for curves. So let's use this line. So we go for our shape tool here, then you click. Okay, either you go on the property bar and click convert to curve, or you right click on it to click. Sorry, I haven't got it right. So you right click on it, then you click to curve. So you have these two angles which will allow you to turn it to curves how you want it to be. Okay, and at the same time you can use it to manipulate a right angle object. Okay, let's, for example, say we want to have some shape here. Okay, so first always try to convert it first. So you go to objects, then you convert to curves before you go in for your shape tool. Let's say we want to shape it. Okay, then so here we can drag in and drag out, and most of you have seen a design like this. Actually, when it comes to core card and stuff, okay, any way, okay, any angle how you want your shape to look like is just upon you. Let's say here I don't want to, I just want to drag it out. Okay, I'll just drag it out. I don't want to do anything. I just drag it out. So you can just play around it and just manipulate it. Okay, so in our next video to come, we'll have more work of the shape tool in it. Okay, so now we are done here. I think I've explained what these four tools are used for. Okay, so I'll bring my image here. Now this is what I want you guys to do. We have two images here, as you can see. We have two images, and one is on top of one. Okay, this is what this is what I want you to know. We can transparent the top, the background, into the one at the back. Okay, so by doing that, we click on the top one, then you go for your transparency tool, you click and you drag. Okay, and then the moment you leave it at where you think it's okay for you, then you have your transparency created. So automatically you realize that you have merged two pictures together. Okay, but when you lift, it's going to lift. How then do we make them together? You can group it. Maybe if later you want to make some changes, okay, then you can come back and ungroup it. Then you can apply your changes that you want to do. Or if you think you are okay with it and you don't want to do any changes at all, then you can highlight the tool, come to Bitmap. Okay, then we go to convert to Bitmap. Okay, means that we want to make it one picture. Okay, so when you come, you can reduce the resolution, so the picture doesn't make that heavy. All right, so this is how to reduce the resolution as well. I will leave mine as 300. Then I'll just click OK. So OK, actually, you see that something just happened quick. So it will convert the two images to one. Okay, so we can resize it based on what we want to use it for. So guys, this brings us to the end of today's tutorial. I just want you to go onto the net, get two pictures, and you see. Okay, stay tuned. Our next tutorial is going to be fun and more educative. Okay.